So this is my first unboxing video, and I'm not the actual one that's doing it. I'm going to let my daughter Grace do this. I picked up the Gather. It's called the Gather System. If you go to gathersystem.com, you can check it out. It's made by Ugmonk. I backed it on the Kickstarter. I wanted something to give my desk a little bit more organization. I had a pen holder and all that stuff, but I wanted something that I could easily put together and allow me to have all the things I needed. And when I looked at the Kickstarter campaign, they had the coaster, which I liked. They had the headphone kind of hanger, which I liked because I do podcasting. And so I wanted to have something I could hang my headphones on. They had a pencil holder, which is something I want to have easy access to. Lots of cool things. So I decided to back the campaign, and I just received it. So what you're about to watch is the unboxing video. My daughter is a big organizational fiend. If anything, she's the one that kind of is more into physical organization of space more than I am. I'm more of the productivity, and she's more of the organizational, which is kind of cool. It's a good balance there. So my daughter Grace is 13. She wanted to be part of this because she's seen lots of unboxing videos, and I'm sure she's going to be part of other ones as well. Now, when I do more unboxing videos, and I'll get to that after we're done here, they're going to be a little bit different because they won't always be actual physical boxes that I unbox, but this one is. So here is my unboxing video of the Gather that just showed up at my house about a few days ago. All right, so I'm not actually going to be opening this, as I mentioned in the intro. Grace, my daughter Grace.
Hi.
She's going to open it. She's big into organizing, and this is, again, the Gather. So, Grace, why don't you start to slice it open? I think you have to get at the bottom there. It's along that, yeah, it's along the, and you might have to pull it up. Just be careful with the desk. And obviously with your... We need to get an actual knife to do this, I think, at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Just be careful that you're not going to cut yourself. I think that's probably as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So let's get that out of the way. So we will pull this thing open. Okay. So we'll put that off to the side. There we go. All right, so what do we have? This is it's in a plastic sheet, a bag. Oh, it's a nice box. I like that. It's a box you almost want to keep. I think is it a sleeve or is it a box?
Yeah, it's a sleeve.
So pull this. So that sleeve is cool. And it says, oh, what does it say there? It says, no, on the underside there. The minimal modular organizer that cuts through the clutter. And they're made by Ugmonk. There's the Ugmonk logo. Okay, cool. Right, so we'll pull that out here. I'll help you. All right, we'll put that off to the side here. So it's got, like you can see, a nice embossed, very nice embossed thing. All right, so let's flip it open and take a look.
It's got it here too.
Oh, it's embossed along there too? Mm-hmm. Oh, the actual phrasing. Yeah, the phrasing is there. That's kind of neat. Again, I always like it when a package is like super, like Baron Fig is like this too.
Yeah,
The cases are really nice. If it's like the Harry's razors that we get, those are nice. All right, so let's open it up. Okay, so we've got inside here. Now I got the full meal deal, so I got so this shows you the construction, like what it is. You can configure it, you can expand it, combine it. And here's the included parts. So we're going to show you them in a minute. The small tray and the pencil holder, a large tray and a phone holder, a Post-it holder, which I actually kind of already have a Post-it holder from Post-it, so we'll see how that plays out. A headphone stand, which will be nice for my podcast. I actually got that on purpose. A coaster, which is funny because I just got a new coaster from social media camp, but I left that upstairs, so that'll be nice. And then the base, and then product care tells you what to do. So we'll keep this, made from durable materials. Warranty, everything's on here, so that's kind of nice. All right, so Grace, let's pull that out and see what's underneath. There's the main tray right there. That big thing is the main tray, the big wood thing. So you want to take the big wood? Let's take the big wood thing out first. How does it feel?
It's really smooth.
And it's magnetic. Right? Oh yeah. So the magnets hook. So if you,
is that like
So what? Well, no, it's what it does. Here. So let's just move this over a little bit. So if you put that down, and then they grab another one, like grab that. You could, and then we'll have to get this.
Oh, I see. It attaches.
Yeah, it attaches. So you can attach it to the different areas.
So it won't just slide around.
Right. So if you want, like, so here's the coaster, right? So the coaster can go in the, like maybe in the front.
There's only.
No, on the side, or on the side. They're on the side too.
Yeah.
So you put it on the side. That's for the headphone stand. Right?
And then,
is it in there pretty good, or? Yeah.
I think so.
And then, so then you've got the plastic pieces too. They're really in there. It's really nice. So this is the, what one is that? That's the
long tray.
It's the long tray. So put that in the, I think that, if you take it out, I think that goes in the back, right?
Yeah.
No, actually, what those go on are, they go on in here. They go in the spots. So you can move them around.
Oh, that's neat.
Right, so you can do that with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe...
Oh, and then flip it.
Yeah, so it could be kind of like...
Yeah.
Like that.
And then these tabs go on the bottom of
I think the tabs go on the bottom of these, right?
Yeah, because those are the...
So put those on now. That's something to... So if we put those on, I think they go on the bottom of everything. So don't forget to put those on if you want to protect your surface. I'm not as worried about this desk as you might be. But that's what we'll do. So and they go, there's holes right there for you to do it, as long as they're in the right spot. Yeah. So we'll step away for a minute from this, and we'll jump back in to show you kind of what we've set up. But this is kind of neat. Okay, Grace, so what have we done here?
We've put everything in place and organized it.
Mm-hmm.
Put some stuff back and then organized it how you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And put the different things.
Is this kind of how you would want it to?
Yeah. Yeah.
So coaster up front here, because normally I'll drink, and that way the coaster's right there. Headphones. This is kind of one of the things I wanted for a while, something I could just hang my headphones on and save some drawer space.
Yeah.
And white, it matches. That's kind of funny. Same thing with the Post-its. I have white Post-it notes, so I put those in there.
Yeah.
And then I've got my pens there. One Bear and Fig pen, which, I mean, honestly, I'd love to have more of these squires, like the pen stand things, the stones. But I don't have them. I only have 2. I might pick up 2 more, because each of these, this is a blue pen inside there. That's a green. Inside the key is a black one, so there is an actual pen in here. And it's brass. I'd like to show that off of it. But this case itself, I mean, there's a whole other thing there. I know, that drives me nuts.
Put it on uneven.
Yeah, you can fix it later. And then this is red. I've got my Apple Pencil in here, as well as a couple of other ones. And then all the extra pens that were in this age-old Successories pen thing, which I guess we could put upstairs if we wanted to.
Yeah.
To replace the jar. Yeah, all the one things can
dry
go.
erase.
Yeah. Or I could do that with mine. Actually, I could do that with my dry erase. I have a whole bunch of dry erase ones that are in here, like a whole bunch of different pen stuff in here. I could essentially do that too, is I could take my dry erases and put them on here now. Like the ones that I use for my calendar, or the ones I use for here. Phone stand, which I don't know how much I'll use now that I've got but you know, because I've got the a charger over there as well, so we'll see how much I use it, and then yeah. So I like it. I like the way it's. I mean, I like the fact you can configure it, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
I haven't looked at the additional accessories that they have. I like the color. It stands out. It's nicely offset with the white. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna play with it and see how it works. But I mean, all I've done differently is moved my speaker away that was over by where the tripod is that my Mevo's on. I moved that over to here. So I've got this nice linear path now. And I've left my other Post-it notes over here. I guess I could move them to be closer to the other, but not really necessary. And that's it. So Grace, thanks for helping me out with this. We'll probably do a few more when they come, but there we go. All right, so that's it for the gather. I'll come by and have some final thoughts here in a minute, but this is what my initial setup looks like, and that may evolve over time. So that is the gather. So there you go. Now I'm going to show you my gather right now, so you can see that I've got some Post-it notes there that I had before. I moved everything over to the left, so it's kind of configured with my desk setup, which is kind of like this. So that's kind of why I did it that way. I like the idea of being able to have it right next to me when I'm working, so that way I could grab a pen really quickly. And it's both usable here on my workspace. This is kind of like, I've actually freed up more desk space too. So I've got a lot more physical planning space I can do, but I've also got, of course, this work area here where I can easily put like a cup here, my phone, the phone holder, I'm not so sure about, just because I don't know that I'm going to use it very often. And you need to have it in the Gather in order for it to actually work, because if you don't, when you put the phone in, it kind of teeters over. So right now what I do with that is I actually put the Gather, the phone, and you really, if I do that right now, you can see, like, I'll put the phone right there. I could do that, which is kind of cool. I guess if I'm doing any kind of promotional things or whatever, I can kind of do it that way. But so I could read things off of it or do whatever. But there's that to consider. The post-it notes being right here is kind of handy. The pens, everything. I've got my little Sinestro thing that I use to mark off my Don't Break the Chain on my Now Your calendar here. And this is where I'm putting business cards. I didn't know what I was going to do with the small case here. But what I've done is I put my little eraser in here, which I use to erase stuff. Go figure. My daughter gave me this. It's on fleek, I guess. But I also put business cards in here of people that I just met at conferences. So this is kind of like my business card inbox. And then I've got other pens over here. I don't really want to use this for my my Bear and Fig pens because they're kind of nice, although I do have one right in here. So that's it. That's the Gather. I like the way I've configured it here. It makes a lot of sense over here. When I had it back against the wall, wasn't as good. The packaging is phenomenal. I've talked to another friend of mine who got one, and he said the packaging was amazing. He really thought the packaging was amazing. I think that it shows the care that goes into a product when you've got really solid packaging. I love the fact that, again, you've got the magnets right in here. You've got to be very cautious because some of them repel. Like you can see that one is not, but then this sticks in no problem. I really wish that there was maybe an additional, and I can get an additional smaller unit if I want, or another pen. I guess you could get another pen holder or something like that. And maybe it may not have been a bad idea to make this a little bit wider, or have the pins go, so maybe you have 4 sets of pins on the bottom, because right now it's kind of off kilter a little bit. You could see, like, I could either put it here, probably mostly put it here so it doesn't interfere with the Veridesk so much. Those are little things. All in all, really, really happy with it so far, especially, again, the way I put it next. It's kind of like the dividing line between my workstation and my planning station, these two different productivity zones of mine. So there you go. Again, great job by Ugmonk putting this together. This is, it may be a little bit out of price range for some people, but I got the extended set with the headphones and stuff. You may not need the headphone or coaster set. You may only need the coaster set. I think those are pure luxury editions. If the whole thing's really a luxury item, really, if you want to look at it that way. But I'm really happy with it, and I'll probably post some updates. It's given me more room to do, this kind of work where I could sit here and say, okay, I'm gonna sit here and plan, and actually lets me. The cool thing is, by setting up this way, I've got my little Apple Watch. It lines up so that I can actually charge my Apple Watch along here. It keeps by putting this here, it keeps the cord straight. So then when I put my watch on here, it charges no issue. So I just got to make sure it's charging on the right side. So that's the tricky part, is that the watch kind of wants to the watch kind of wants to do what it wants to do. And I could actually even do this, which makes it even easier to keep it on top, so I could put that like that. But anyway, that's for another video. Speaking of other unboxing videos, so some of my unboxing videos will be more of unboxing apps. So if I'm going to try an app, maybe I'll put that in there, first impressions. I'm not going to dive too deep into apps on my YouTube channel in general, because a lot of people are doing it already. Like, there's some really great channels that are doing a lot of that stuff, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on that. I'd rather focus on how to use time crafting inside of those and things like that. But if I get a cool thing like, like these Bear and Fig pens, or a new device, that would be good. Or if I'm just trying something out for the first time, I think those are good places to put these unboxing videos. And maybe you could suggest, should these be called unboxing videos, or should I put them in air quotes or actual quotes? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I'd love to see your comments below. and I'll put a link to where you can get the Gather system here in the description. So check it out. Thanks again so much for taking the time, and until we see each other again, keep moving things forward.